Hey everyone, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. Today I'm going to talk about the 12 days of Knitmas. Each day for the 12 days of Knitmas, I'm going to talk about a pattern, a stitch pattern that I think will be great to use for making scarves, stoles, shawls. The last thing I was thinking, it might be really good. Some of these, if you have a little bit more time, can knit a little bit faster. It might even make an afghan, a little lapghan, or a smaller afghan if you have time to knit that for somebody. Some of these patterns would look really good as an afghan. So I'm not exactly sure about which day I'm going to do it. So if you're interested in this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, press the like button, and get the notifications turned on so that whenever I release something, you'll know. And I hope you guys will enjoy this series a lot. If you do, if you are enjoying it, if you're watching them now and you like them, please give them a thumbs up. Please put some comments below. Let me know more of what type of videos you'd like to see. If you'd like to see more stitch pattern videos, let me know. If you'd like to see more projects that I'm working on, please let me know that as well. I do have on a Christmas sweater in tribute for this. This is by Humbug and little snowflakes. Anyway, getting ready for Christmas over here. If you're going to be knitting for Christmas, you need to start thinking about your Christmas knitting and getting it going. So just wanted to give a little introduction to the other video, and then you will see those 12 days of Knitmas videos coming. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a lovely day. Okay, here we go. This is going to be bad. On the first day of Knitmas, Knitting Turnpike showed me how to knit the texture stitch. On the second day of Knitmas, Knitting Turnpike showed me knotted open work lace and how to knit the textured stitch. On the third day of Knitmas, Knitting Turnpike showed me double eyelet rib, knotted open work lace, and how to knit the textured stitch. On the fourth day of Knitmas, Knitting Turnpike showed me stockinette stitch ridge, double eyelet rib, knotted open work lace, and how to knit the textured stitch. On the fifth day of Knitmas, Knitting Turnpike showed me horizontal herringbone, stockinette stitch ridge, double eyelet rib, knotted open work lace, and how to knit the textured stitch. On the sixth day of Knitmas, Knitting Turnpike showed me little fountain lace, horizontal herringbone, stockinette stitch ridge, double eyelet rib, knotted open work lace, and how to knit the textured stitch. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do another stitch pattern for my Christmas knitting series, where you can take these patterns and make them into a scarf or a stole or a cowl. This pattern is a really beautiful lace pattern, and it's called the Little Fountain pattern. And as you can see, it has all these beautiful it looks almost like a ribbing with the yarn overs, and it has these little triangular sections here that are really pretty. Let me get a little bit closer so you can kind of see more of the detail. Hold it still so it'll focus. But it's just a really cute little pattern. It's a 4-row stitch pattern, so that makes it easy to be able to memorize it. And so that's one of those advantages where you can just watch Christmas movies and knit at the same time you're making your Christmas gifts. Alright, here we go. To get started, this stitch pattern is you have to, when you want to go to cast on, This stitch pattern is a multiple of 4 plus 1, so you have to, when you want to cast on stitches, you have to remember 4 plus 1, so a multiple of 4 plus 1, excuse me. And so for that, I cast on 29 stitches, because 4 times 7, 28, plus 1 is 29. And it actually turned out to be the perfect size for a nice little cute little scarf. Anyway, like I said, I probably would add the garter stitches to each edge, so that would probably really make it 35. But for this purposes only, I'm going to just be showing the stitch pattern. Alright, here we are, row 1. On the first row, you're going to knit the first stitch, and then this is where you start the repeat part of the stitch pattern. You do a yarn over, knit 3. Yarn over 1. Then you're going to repeat that. Yarn over until you get to the end of the row. 1, 2, 3, yarn over 1, yarn over 1, 2, 3, yarn over 1, yarn over 1, 2, 3, yarn over 1, yarn over 1, 2, whoops, 3, yarn over 1, yarn over 1, 2, 3, yarn over 1, yarn over 1, 2, 3, yarn over 1. Okay, that's the first row. Okay, now we're to the second row. On the second row, you're going to purl every stitch. So that makes it easy, so you know when you get on the wrong side row, you're just going to purl every stitch. This is one of those lace patterns where you knit on the right side and purl on the wrong side. You knit the pattern on the right side and purl on the wrong side. If you have any questions about this series and how to convert these patterns to a cowl, a stole, or a scarf, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. I'll be glad to help you with your Christmas knitting. I know it's good to get this started early so that you don't, only have 2 days left and you've got 15 presents to get knitted. Or you have to go shopping at the last minute if you can't get it all knitted. So let's think about getting these presents started early, and give your loved ones and friends knitted hand gifts that tells them how much you really do love them and care about them. You knit a little bit of love into every stitch. So I wanted to also mention, if you like this video, if you like these video series, please give them a thumbs up. That does help me very much in the YouTube algorithms. Also, I would love it so much. It would just make my day if you would subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 1,000 members, and that would just help me tremendously. So thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. And I would really appreciate it if you like my videos. I am going to be taking this in new direction next year. I'm hoping to be knitting more socks and sweaters. Never done that before, and I'm going to take you on that journey with me. Okay. And that'll be next year. Alright. Now we're to row 3. This is a lace row. Okay, you're going to knit the first 2 stitches. Then you're going to slip the next stitch as if you were going to knit it. Knit the next 2 stitches together. Pass that slip stitch over. That's called an SK2PO stitch. Or I call it an SK2P. And I do have a video for that stitch. I have already made a video for this. I'll put the link up above if you need a little bit more detail into that. So here we start the repeat section of the row, of the pattern, where you knit the next 3 stitches. Then you do another SK2P, slip, knit 2 together, pass a slip stitch over, and you're going to repeat that part until you get to the last 2 stitches. So you knit 3, slip, knit 2 together, pass a slip stitch over, knit 3, slip, knit 2 together. Looks like my yarn split right there, so I'm going to try to just grab that. Okay, pass a slip stitch over. There we go. Knit 3, slip, knit 2 together, here we go, pass a slip stitch over, knit 3, slip, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over. And you just keep doing that until you get to the last 2 stitches. Okay. Here we are at the last 2 stitches. When you get to the last 2 stitches, you just knit the last 2 stitches. Okay, you're done with row 3. Now you want to turn it over. We just got to do row 4. This is the last row of the pattern, and then you're going to repeat these 4 rows over and over again until your scarf is as long as you want it to be. Your scarf or your cowl or your stole, whatever it is you're making. Alright, the last row, row 4, you're going to purl all the stitches. Alright, when you get done with the last row, the 4th row, you turn it over and you start with row 1 again. You just repeat those 4 rows to create the stitch pattern, and it's a lovely one. It's a beautiful little, beautiful little stitch pattern. I think it would make a lovely scarf or a cowl or even a stole. I can't decide on all those 3. You know, for a cowl, you could seam the ends when you get to the end, And I probably would still do the garter stitch to make the ends look neat on that. And then the other thing is, hey everyone, I just wanted to take a few moments to explain how I would take a stitch pattern and make it into a scarf. I won't go into all the details about how to make it into a cowl or into a stole, because you can just extrapolate what I'm telling you on how to make it into a scarf to those two projects. Anyway, I've been working on this stitch pattern here, and what I said in the intro video is that most scarves are between 6 and 8 inches. So when you measure this, this is about almost 7 inches. Not exact, but almost 7 inches. So honestly, I don't need to add on any extra stitches for this stitch pattern to make it into a nice scarf. One thing I probably would do for this scarf though is I would take the edges here on the stitch pattern are not smooth, so what I would do to make it smooth is I would add on 3 stitches here to this edge and 3 stitches on this side. I put a stitch marker after the 3 stitches were cast on. This is 29 stitches. So I put 3 stitches here and 3 stitches here. So you'd add 6. So you'd have 35 stitches on your scarf. The first 3 stitches would be your border. So you would just knit those on every row, forward and backwards, and it would make a garter stitch edge. Same thing on this end. Just knit all the stitches on both sides. So it would just be a garter stitch edge, and that would just make this lay a little bit flatter and make it a little bit neater. Alright, I just wanted to explain that a little bit. I'm hoping that makes sense. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below. For a stole, you could add do that, or add a decorative border on the end. There's lots of things you can do with a stole. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope you're having fun deciding what you're going to be making for Christmas. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Have a lovely day.